Hello, hello, we are and today feel be just now. We're also going to be finally playing some more of still probably going to finish it, but we're going to make some more progress. I'm going to finally get the answer to a question that I am somehow still entirely knowledgeless of is Kathy alive or dead yet? Despite seeing a lot of spoilers, I still don't know if she's alive. I am very curious as to whether or not she's here or not. So the main goal of the stream is figure out if she's here. And we're starting with another story segment, and it is called Kathy, so I hope it'll say something. Boss? Matthew? Right on, you muppet! You've been gone so long you don't even recall what we met to look like? Mad bunnies? You've known that vagrant for long? Why haven't you told me so? Well, I hardly imagined you'd be interested in hearing about every little friend I made back when we were just another gang rolling the sweaty, muddy streets. Yeah, that makes he was important. It's a crazy coincidence. Boss, why you working with this blader? Wait, no, but that mask, those rabbit ears. Wait, you're still with the dead rabbits? Yeah, we've changed a tad, eh? Remember that? Back in the day, all we needed to crack some Addams Family eggs was some Ted's scarf around our necks and bottles of beer on tab. Addams Family, that's interesting. We even named one of them beers after you, didn't we? The pub that used to sell that beer closed shop a few weeks ago. Ain't got much business around with all that dreadful rumor keeping everyone at home nowadays. What? The Wolf's Fall closed? Bloody hell. Oh, I suppose I'm leaving y'all out of the loop, eh? Well, allow me to introduce the gaffer. He was a boss of the old syndicate I used to run with. They're all friends of yours, eh? Doing some proper posh company after running out on us out of nowhere, didn't you? Yeah. Well, things just worked out that way. Are all them lads and lackeys your last? All them lads and lasses your lackeys? Blimey, got a walking timepiece if you daft bastard. You certainly moved up in the world. That makes Heathcliff's the one in charge. Lackeys? Isma glared at Heathcliff with a look that could kill, but she decided to hold her silence and merely shook her head in disbelief. She probably decided that it was not worth the trouble. So what's up with the masks, boss? What, is it odd? Trend change of time, lad? The time for scars of rabbit embroidery is long past. Is that so? It looks a bit... Course not. Who do you think we are? The dead rabbits ain't a book as a rabble that follows the goat. You really not want to return to this place since you left, have you? No. When I left the but I did not return. Not even a step closer to this place until I'd made something of myself. Not until I can return as a successful man. Well, you know this place. And you were one of us. I'd hate this place. I've got news for you, Heathcliff. We're no longer the same lowly backstreets gang you're familiar with. Suppose we also moved up in the world. Someone from the ring who'd been keeping their eyes on us plucked us right off the streets and into their fold. We're bigger now. We're one of the up-and-coming syndicates. Damn, these guys are ring-aligned? That's interesting. The ring? One of the fingers? Must be the foulest of the ring, then. They're the only ones who'd outfit their underlings with these cheap, tacky animal masks. And you're... Yeah, you little sight. I'm the top boss of the dead rabbits now. Boss. Remember when you always used to say that we've each filled up with more than 3 bottles of beer? When we drank were some lousy beer from some halfway rotten wheat, Heathcliff. All that I remembered come the next morn was a pounding headache and the light feeling of our emptied pockets. You used to tell me that it hurt like hell every time one of your own men came back to us hurt. Even the recruits. Like they hurt just not just any underling, but an extension of you. I knew you'd make it big one day, boss. Well, I suppose drunk me knew how to wax poetic. I knew it was you, Matthew. The mask threw me off for a moment, boss. What a sorry sight this is. I sincerely apologize to you two sweethearts for crashing your tearful reunion. But the point is, when you're wandering the streets, wasting away the best years of your life on the road, he made something of himself, which is why I hired him as my bodyguard, you hear me? Not like you and your merry band of no-name second-rate hooligans. Hey, we've got a name. You'd think of more than a few sinners who'd gotten angry enough to brandish their weapons at such an insult. But they all seemed to remember that responding to such insults of violence only begot pointless turmoil, so instead they began sighing heavily in an attempt to vent some of their pent-up anger. Hindley, you seem to be sorely mistaken. This ain't the same winter where you thrashed me, treated me like an indentured servant, and abused me like a hound. I won't deny that I spent many days and nights imagining tearing that foul tongue from your gob, but he glanced briefly in our direction. Even a poor sod like myself found a place to belong. Went on adventures to places you couldn't even imagine. Learned a thing or two from him. So I just feel bad for you, mate. What? Because you really haven't changed one bit. Besides, the hell is that rag you're wearing? You look more like a drifting vagabond than I do. What, you insolent fool! This man's been saying some pretty nasty but he doesn't even look like someone that's worth arguing with. Ha! Mate, did you even check yourself in the mirror last week? I can't bear to look at you so down in the dumps, Hindley. Of course, we had no way of knowing what Hindley looked like in the past, but we could pretty easily tell that he was far from the most stable person in the room. You fucking bastard! Now, Mr. Hindley, why don't you seat yourself on the sofa and calm down? Be more considerate of our boys standing in that corner watching the whole thing go down, huh? They don't even get these comfy-looking leather sofas. Shush! Hindley grunted for a moment before slumping down on a sofa. And even that simple action was stumbling and pathetic. Wow, even the narrator hates this fucking guy. I see what happened. He let the alcohol consume him, and not the other way around. Fell into a big nasty barrel with no way out. I've seen the same look on some sailors. Fell into that habit would lead to them falling into the merciless maws of the lake. Not even a trace of them would be left. Well, this man's still my client. Mr. Hindley hired me for some job, which is why I'm here at Wuthering Heights. Job? Catherine's hosting this banquet, ain't she? What kind of job could she possibly need the dead rabbits help here? What? That's one thing at the same time. It's that witless, useless brain of yours, you dull. Hey, please, this at once, I implore you. I do not see my manners sullied by such obscenities. Oh, fine! It's my man! You're the one who sullied this over Wuthering Heights. My birthright upon my father, taking it through me by the means of trickery. Was your own family matter too small for you, Linton Edgar, your oh-so-noble Edgar family? Edgar family? The time for whining, crying, and throwing the tantrum to get what you want is long past. Old words for some milksop is about to choke his death to death. Please, a guy like this, he was way more put. My God. Please, maintain your distance, Mr. Hindley. I've seen mongrels more loyal than you are. I was your master only a few years ago. Have you cast aside your memories as well when you did your loyalty? Cease this at once, Master Hindley. The butlers have all left Hindley unsought behind, as you are very well aware yourself. And you too, butlers. We do not want to make further trouble here. Loyalty can be overrated. Yeah, also Heidel. But yeah, especially in this case here, where it's one drunken Ritz person versus one well put together Ritz person. Like, there's no real reason to stay loyal to the original owner. After a brief silence, Heathcliff finally brought the question he'd been stewing for so long. And the question about the whole time, Nellie, where is Catherine? You must know, Nellie, that Catherine never did like these commotions. So many guests making so much noise in her home. She won't be pleased. I suppose he never did. I've been keeping my voice inside because I didn't want to offend her, but it's getting harder and harder to keep it down. There's a look of unfathomable grief on both Flint and... Okay, yeah, he's pretty dead. Yeah, I mean, I could see Heathcliff caring about it, because, like, he is still in love with her, I'm pretty sure, yeah. But, still, like, she's not even here. She's probably dead. She's 70% chance a ghost. Hindley was absent-mindedly mumbling some foul language at the ceiling. Oh, by the way, is my volume looking good? I was rewatching the VOD for the last stream, and it was really loud. Want to make sure it didn't happen this time. And Heathcliff probably sensed some ineffably dark and ominous silence that something was terribly wrong. It was setting in for us as well. After all we'd been through... Audio is good? Thank you. For all we've been through in this journey, this kind of silence was all too familiar. Where is Catherine? What's with this dour look on everyone? I'm terribly sorry, Heathcliff. Why are you sorry? What the hell are you sorry about? Heathcliff, let her finish her fucking sentence. Jesus Christ, man. Everyone's getting way too hormonal here. Heathcliff. I meant correct... The very incorrect spelling of the name. Which name? Which this silence indicates. So I have no other choice but to tell you, as is common currency to do so, that I am very sorry to hear that. Catherine, yeah, that does seem like a weird spelling. God, Mersalt here. Obviously, the best one is Catherine. That regular stupid spelling. Mersalt here. He's just automatically including before even like telling him that she is dead, that he's sorry to hear that, just because he understands that that's a social norm to do so. What the fuck? Ah! Can't you talk normally for once? Oh, hi, Sato. Nice to see you. Congratulations on getting first. Yeah, even though people have been here before, just nobody redeems first ever. But good to see you. We're at level 10 now. I don't know how many there are, but we're on the 10th one. I hardly know how to tell you this, but Miss Catherine isn't here anymore. Darn it, I was in the Catherine Still Alive camp and thing. That's disappointing. Probably 25. Wow, 25? That's... your cat's causing problems. What's the cat up to? Yeet, the cat, don't throw the cat. That would never help. What do you mean she's not? Catherine, she's dead. God damn it. I've heard to know he didn't have a bet on it, but I was willing to bet that she was alive. That's disappointing. Because, like, that means that they're not even adapting this book, but it seems to be doing here. Shoving some stuff on the door and playing with the door stopper. Yeah, cats do that. What can they shove under the door, though? That's almost impressive for a cat. But that means they're not even doing this adaptation accurately. In the books, he was dying right now. She wasn't dead. Although, of course, the book masks people. Hair tie probably... yeah, I can see that. Now... Okay, I'm gonna do this level. Should I gamble more in the gacha, or should I not? To keep stealing them? Yeah, that's cat behavior. We're unfortunately not at the point where I can afford to just buy the stuff that I get from gambling, so I would kind of just have to gamble if I want to get it and not have to wait a month and a half. Huh. Lynton looked up at Heathcliff, his eyes bloodshot. He straight up somehow unscrewed the door stopper from its spot. Wow, jeez. He looked up at Heathcliff, his eyes were bloodshot. As you said earlier, none of us are here to see each other's ugly mugs. What other reason could we possibly have to reconvene like this? That can't be real. What kind of insane... Wait, what the fuck? I accidentally skipped a line. Oh, just now. Fixers of the Oomphy Association, who remained silent throughout the entire commotion, suddenly spoke up. The promised hour is come. Mr. Hindley Earnshaw, a blood relative of the deceased. Mr. Linton Edgar, the spouse of the deceased. And Mr. Heathcliff, an individual mentioned by name in the will. Now that the three relevant parties are all present, we, as the executors of the deceased will, may begin the ceremony. Alright, so it's an inheritance dispute. The first order of business will be the execution of Miss Catherine's will. If we're going book accurate, this means that Heathcliff, and by extension us, the player, are going to win control of this manor. Which, given that our goal is to ransack and loot this place, becoming these inheritors of it would be a way to do that legally. Craziest way to commit a crime, but I guess you could do it that way. Thus commences the solemn occasion of Miss Catherine's funeral rites. As per the deceased wishes, the will shall be read aloud here, at Catherine's manor, in the attendance of all those present. Then... No. You stop. Shut up for a second. Whose funeral rites? And... What was that about her... The man they called Linton rose from his seat for the first time since we arrived here. After you abandoned this place, I narrowed to her. Catherine immediately turned to me. Then we were married. Every waking hour we spent together was filled with happiness and joy. Every last day to our very last... Oh, really rubbing it in here, Linton. Shut your stupid gob! The moment I set foot in this manor, I heard her voice, felt her presence. So what the bloody hell are you talking about? Okay, yep. There we go. Secondary prediction that this is going to be about the ghost. That feels pretty darn accurate. The book in it. The f*** is over now. I no longer need to pretend to math. Wait, the first what? We're done with that. Math is the worst. There has to be some ploy. These fucking bastards. They must have. This can't. You have paused for a moment, struggling to find the words. This can't be how it ends. I can't believe a single sight coming out of your mouth until I see your body with my own eyes. Where is she? Bring her here now! A repulsive sight. The least you could have done is show some proper respect for the dead. But I suppose even the bare minimum was too much to expect from someone like... I understand how you feel, Heathcliff, so please calm yourself and take a seat. Get your hands off me! You can't just decide for me that she's dead. I won't accept any of this, not until I see Kathy of my own. Warning, should this interruption to the will reading continue, we may have to resort to the use of force to ensure the full execution of this will. Shut up! You don't know sight to shut your fucking mouth! Heathcliff was gasping. The sheer momentousness of the emotion overwhelmed him. Looks as though he was about to lunge at anyone who even dared get close. Damn, Heathcliff, God, everyone here is getting so emotional lately. Heathcliff was honestly doing a pretty good job of controlling himself recently. It sucks to see him like this. I get that he's, like, you know, super disappointed that the woman he liked both married someone else and then died. But, like, it's pretty clear she's dead, man. Seeing the body isn't going to help with anything. You could hardly tell whether it was sorrow or wrath that came over him. Ha! Heathcliff! Look at the matter yourself. What a pathetic mess you've become. Doesn't matter what posh garb you wrap yourself in. That filth from your old birth seeps right through the fabric of the slightest provocation. You'll eventually see Catherine's corpse, alright? It's part of the funeral process, so don't be in such a hurry to get there. I can't wait to see how she's resting after what she's done to me. Mr. Hindley and Mr. Heathcliff, we order that both of you immediately return to your seats. This is your final warning. Under Esquire, we must do on and on. Fixers of the Umphy Association may even execute those should there be a breach of contract. I wish to see Sir Heathcliff be executed, nor do I wish to have to battle the honourable fixtures of the Umphy Association. I agree with Don Quixote. There is no need for us to get involved in an unnecessary conflict, but I don't think Mr. Heathcliff's gonna listen to us. I don't even know if there's anyone who could talk Heathcliff down when he's that agitated. You have refused to comply. Kaga! We had no choice but to watch the fixtures of the Umphy Association struck Heathcliff with their weapons. He fell to his knees with a painful cry. Why, yes. Do speak. Not you, Yi Song. Speak still, your intentions notwithstanding. You, stop! All of you. Something's off about this whole thing. Would you like to speak for this individual? Was he about to say, but he decided to remain silent in favor of not getting in trouble? Ha ha ha. Right? Huh? What are you doing, BG? Bug guy? Bug Gregor? Probably the last one. Ryusu, I understand that you get smacked around like that. You're pretty aggravating, but once you get involved, peace will simply no longer be an option. I didn't know you cared so much about Heathcliff, Ryusu. Yeah, that's honestly, like, I know everyone loves sipping Heathmail or whatever, seemingly just because they fight a lot. Honestly, these two seem like they have the most actually in common. See, Ryusu flicked her cigarette indifferently as though she was no longer interested. No comment. Dirge. Oh good, he's still awake. Did they... I don't have to check the old map, but did they create a whole second sprite just for him to have a scratch and some, like, dirt on his body? That's cool. We've never even had any character have two costumes. Now it looks like they gave him, like, two variations of the second one. Fine, let's crack some skulls then, shall we? He'll have Club and glare on her step for him. I see that you are still refusing to comply despite our initial attempt. Should you refuse to let go of the weapon within the next minute, we will have no choice but to escalate to our next steps. God damn it, we could seriously get out of this without having to fight anyone if we just win this inheritance. Okay, I didn't enjoy anything. Microphone should be back online now. This ain't the time to bring up slight like the company rules! Stay out of my way! I don't have anything to say. If something that important, I'd be blinded and deafened to all reason, too. Hey, Keith, I understand how angry and frustrated you must be, but you can't. Shut your trap! All of you, don't you dare touch me unless you want your face to be carved in two! It's nap time, Heathcliff. Gah! Whoa. Did she just knock him out cold with her bare hands? Whoa, Nelly! Literally. Impressive. Can't wait to get her as an ID. It wasn't even a punch, it was just a light tap. His breathing is stable. It appears he gave a nerve to the back of his head a precise, focused strike, which led to his loss of consciousness. What a flawless execution of that move. You can certainly say that I've never seen something like that before. It reminds me of my family setup about your family, Anglo. I don't want to hear it right now. Sir Heathcliff has been defeated with a single fell strike. Every self-respecting butler is to be equipped with one such move. What a choice have we got when the child fusses for 20 hours instead of going to sleep? You use this on baby? Oh, that's an interesting picture. For forsooth, I can say with quite the confidence that I can immediately slumber to the dreamlands upon tucking myself in bed. For truth! Poor Don Quixote. though it was not by his own volition. We have confirmed that he is no longer in possession of a weapon and has been subdued. We will allow for 10-minute recess to let things calm for a moment, then we will proceed as planned. Excuse me, Lady Nellie? Lady Nellie, no need for such honor. Please just call me Nellie. The contractors that Mr. Redger brought once worked at this, right? Yes, indeed. Some butlers from the Earnshaw and myself followed Miss Keith and the Master Wintons. Of course, most of Master Winton's butlers are from his own Edgar family. So if he gives his orders to us, Lady Nellie would... Oh, piss this! I was a butler first in direct service of Miss Catherine. Young Master Winton can plead and beg all he wants, but I won't always be taking his side. Alright, so that's the situation. So what exactly are the butlers? Butlers, forsooth, I'm quite well acquainted with the matter. They are house dogs on a tight leash, groveling before their masters. The most trustworthy and loyal people I've ever known, I'll say. It's funny how many butlers guy makes friends. Fixers bound to families! Nice. Gotcha. Some great help you fellas are. Yeah, those are three completely contradictory answers. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one out of the loop for once. For some of you aware, at least some of you know who we butlers are. It's a rather rare occupation, and not many people even know that we exist. Doesn't sound like much normal folk would have a reason to know anything about them. Most are in a position where they have no choice but to work at the rich folks' homes. Well, one of us is a quite passionate fan of fixers. Quite. Oh, I'm pleased to know that our dear Heathcliff made some very intelligent friends. Lady Nellie, promise thee that once I make my return to the bus house, I'll have my hands on the butler figurine I've given up on acquiring. To stand tall and proud on the front roast row of my display self. And Yoda's eyes are practically exploding with joy that having her fixture obsession positively acknowledged and accepted for once. Now me to explain. Butlers are fixers, indeed, yet they are rather distinct from much fixers that I was encountered thus far. A fixer often refers to those who accept contracts as part of an association or an office. Alas, there exists a distinction when it comes to butlers. Butlers often join families or manors to serve them, and only them, on long-term contracts. Forsooth, like any other fixtures, butlers may be hired by a single person to serve them and only them as well. Interesting. Very immersive, term contract. That does seem like something rich would need in this world, but not like the corporate CEO rich, just the has a lot of investments rich. Do note that our service is not limited to combat. We also conduct household management and care as well. Must also be mentioned that proficiency in many fields is necessary to be a respected butler. This is no easy occupation, mind you. Yet from what I've learned, to hire a butler is to pay an inordinate amount of salary. Indeed, while we butlers are always oh so busy, we are offered expensive compensation at every contract extension of stable bonuses such as pensions. Many famous association fixtures also retire to serve as butlers as well. There was once a butler in service of Miss Catherine's family and was transferred to Mr. Winton Edgar's family to join their ranks when she married him. Still, after a rather peaceful mutual debate, they came to the conclusion that I would be assuming the position of chief butler, leader of the butlers in that household. Wow, that's some upward mobility, getting from being butler of a poorer household to a richer household to the head household security. That's totally peaceful. That really was one peaceful transfer of power. Oh, it is quite fascinating to imagine even Sir Heathcliff had once been a tiny barn. How was he as a youth? He was quite the special child. I do not believe I would have become a chief butler if it wasn't for him. Oh, what a lovely boy he was. Lovely, quite. Alright. Let's see, you're probably gonna go to the storyline, though. What did we hear about it? Was it 2025? I don't remember. Oh, we'll just keep it going. 25, alright. 25, I can possibly have some point. These long stories really drag it out. really are getting longer and longer every time. Ugh. Are you okay, Heathcliff? That classic Nelly technique, secret technique is to send us hurt into dreamlands. Been a while. I'm terribly sorry, Heathcliff, to avoid having to sleepy smack on you, and not after a reunion like this. Is it true, Nelly? Is Catherine really gone? Yes. And Miss Catherine wrote your name into her will. Her will, huh? We should at least give it a listen to hear why she mentioned Heathcliff. Heathcliff sat down. So is this manor Miss Catherine's? Well, it used to be young Master Hindley's once, then... Catherine, that's true. She stabbed me in the back. Why don't you elaborate on that, Justice Linton? Share the tale about Catherine and Linton Edgar stabbed me in the back, how the pair of you destroyed me. There's no injustice. It was done in a perfectly legal manner. Bring the case to T-Corp courts if you wish. It would change absolutely nothing. An Oomphy Association fixture carrying a piece of paper stepped between Hindley and Linton as the two men began to growl at each other. Your allotted recess has expired. You will now proceed to the inheritance bequeathment will reading. This is the will of the deceased. It has been verified via multiple tests and screenings that no counterfeiting or tampering of a similar nature has occurred. If they're verifying if it's counterfeit or not, who verifies if they're not just straight up lying about it? Good question. Maybe it's just a standard industry practice? Miss Catherine requested this letter be read in an audience of the three attendees before the bequeathment of her personal property commences. You are now to her will. At last, you are all gathered here. My only wish is that my words be met with respect, without hostility amongst you. I hope that none of you become incensed during this occasion. It is my one and only funeral, after all. I am at peace. There is no pain, no suffering where I am. I consider my death a tragic one, because by the time you are hearing this, I must have reached my own heaven. This is not to say you must let the sorrow into your weep, if you will, so that I may feel your grief and know you all truly loved me. Wuthering Heights, an old and desolate manor. I have always been afraid of this place. Nightmares consume me every night. But now that I stand before life, I will accept the manor for what it is. The manor which I will leave to my husband, Lynch, and Ed. Leave this manor and remember me by its presence. What the fuck? Damn it! And my brother Hindley, my one and only brother. Right here somewhere. Hitting nervously, so did his voice. I heard him hard and quite a heavy debt. Spent the most of your days drinking and gambling. Oh, it seems like he's like he's like also at the brink of retirement, but he's a vibrant person. So I wonder how old everyone is. Come on, Catherine, give me something. Signed to you up for Abyss Trauma Correctional Facility at M Corp. If you do not visit the facility within 1 week, this will reading. Come to take. I hope that your heart will be healed, dear brother. Wow, that's something. No, this is absolute nonsense. How am I even supposed to M Corp in a week? Of course, I have already warp train. Poor. I know this guy fucking sucks. I know he's the worst. But Jesus, that is miserable. Like the worst person doesn't deserve this. Of course, I've already prepared you warp train to M Corp, so please don't worry about the travel fees. This is a lot of sight. Said nothing of disturbance. Execution of the will occur. Force flat without force. Dare you pleb! And you, Cliff. Welcome, Captain. The strike of lightning falls upon this. Oh, it shall be yours. Huh? The mere mention of suddenly intensify the sensation I felt earlier. Definitely something was located somewhere within this man. Oh, okay then. I just gotta wait around a little bit, pick up gold, and go home. Easy peasy, but we won't even have a dungeon this time. We can just take it. Huh? I already figured the golden bough was somewhere in here. I've known that ever since we stepped foot in this manor. Yet I couldn't quite pinpoint its exact location because I will leave my golden bow to you, Heathcliff. The golden bow was her personal property? Not even her estate or her family's just her? 7 volumes. I assume lightning strikes the manor. Kind of like we're talking about you lightning is. It's not a golden bow. It's supposed to be here. Dante, wait, hold on. That? Okay, are you okay? Is a second golden bow in this manner? No, this isn't. Kathy, please. My voice is this. Kathy! I'm serious. Oh no, this room is haunted. I saw a ghost. Aw. Again with this, Miss Kathy. What did I just say? I told you I'd track evil ghosts and hang them to wreck. Ghosts aren't real. I'm not lying. I'm sorry, children, if you've been waiting long. Dad, where's my violin? What about my X-Corp all-purpose wrench? Again, I'm sorry, I did not have room for the violin or the wrench. Wait, that's interesting. X-Corp all-purpose wrench. That sounds in line with XX Company material. What room? Oh, what's that? You! Found dying on the streets. He was a parent's home. This boy would have surely died in weather like this. But I'm a gross, dirty violin. What are you gawking at? Huh. I want my violin! Papa, alone in the street. Take out the street. No parents or relatives look after him. No homes to shelter him. Then what does he have now? Well, Kathy, now he's got us to look after him, and this place is his home. No! I don't want that ugly thing! So you don't want to have him? Wind's howling, its cries echoing through the manor halls. He's cute. I too, miss. Close the windows, there's a nip in the air outside. It doesn't seem like Nellie ages at all. I remember still as a child you were afraid of these howling winds. You're ghosts. Nellie, I see them still. Damn, I'm still seeing ghosts. That's a book I read. Pretty decent. Miss, you've grown far too weak ever since Heathcliff departed the man. Why you are seeing things. Damn, he got weakened as he left then a little bit. That is alright, Nellie. I no longer fear the ghost, because all fear stems towards him. I don't think so. I'm afraid of getting stabbed to death. I don't think that comes from ignorance of comes from. What do you think is Heathcliff? He does everything he has. Damn, you're being a bit ill. He's got friends. He's got one of the best ideas in the game. He's got quite a bit. Which that's it. I think it is kind of what they're leaning into here. Although it could theoretically just be the scenes that look kind of like it was that were just about them not hating each other. I'm not sure. Wait. Oh, going up slightly. Wow, this is a lot of story today. I think I'm gonna extract something. I'll spend. Got whole thing. Alright. So last of the one. Damn, seems we still are not to. It is not the Wuthering Heights. Try to really cool. Alright. Now, we probably can do like 1 or 2 more stages. Oh damn! It even occurred to me. We money before we started this, and that didn't even have any impact at all. There's just nothing lost energy. What just happened? Everything went dark. I think the lighting caused a brief power outage. The power's back now, though. What we just saw were Catherine's memories, right? I think so. As been in the past, such occurrences can be attributed to the influence of the Golden Bough. Hold on, this is the corridor we walked through earlier, isn't it? This isn't the where we were before the power outage. I don't see Hindley or Winton anywhere either. Corridors. Are these corridors? All full of blood. Like, is this like infinite, endless, random hallway? Oh my word, what just happened? We didn't take a step or anything, did we? I do not believe that any of our fellows moved. If we were all standing still in the clothes, that means it was the house that moved. What the? Know anything about this, Nellie? I haven't the slightest idea. I have been away from this manor for many years myself. I saw have any reason to return ever since Miss Catherine married Mr. Winton. This place to live. Catherine, the deceased, didn't someone purchase this man of theft? Yeah, immediately moved here after purchase. Oh, I see some changes in the manor since I was gone. Now he's probably referring to the numerous exposed cables, holes, and cracks that seem to have been over. The chief butler of this manor, I would not have let such willingness slide. But maybe she was trying to make modifications to the manor? Isn't it normal for rich folks to buy a whole manor and just modify it to their life? Swap the dust there. It's kind of like changing your hairstyle, Lyle. We do the exact same style too long gets pretty boring, you know. Says you change their haircut in minimum 11 months. The cats will fall on help for rich folks, I see. I hardly know what to tell you. I do not know what words could possibly comfort you now. About Miss Catherine's death, and I didn't believe she was truly dead. What? I gave that some thought, and I agree to an extent. What? Those pupils suddenly dilated. Even I haven't seen Miss Catherine's body. Oh? Yuri might still have wait. I was over Miss Catherine's passing. Not even care. So you're trying to say here is it really what I think it is? You're saying Kathy might still be alive? Nothing but a suspicion at this point. Besides, you know how Miss Kathy can be. Stubborn as a mule, sometimes doing so unexpected, almost frightening. Honestly, I even wondered if his whole funeral business was but an elaborate jest from the mist. But certain was that will was undeniably on handwriting. Master Wind never once stopped making to the manor, even after Miss Catherine passed. That bastard made these modifications to the manor? Yes, I found a good way to ask him of his motives, but it's quite evident that something to transpire here, isn't it? Or that had already happened. Oh, I don't understand any of this. You know the lightning Will was talking about? Literally, when lightning strikes. You just we would arrive precisely under this weather, and on the day of her funeral, I see moonlight as a renowned prophet. I don't see that happening. Who knows? I don't even understand what Miss Catherine was at will. Right. I don't ever know the will of the dead. Oh. Perhaps something, a clue to be from his room. She did wearing heights from time to time, even after marriage to Master Winton. Don't you remember Heathcliff? He always liked riddles. Who heard a more direct approach, which involves smashing everything to pieces. I mean, plenty of trouble trying to force problems about trying to think about the end. Faint smile appeared on Heathcliff's face as he seemed to recall a fond memory. Since the somber expression soon returned. I guess our next order of things is what our room is. Alright. Alrighty. Hopefully we'll have actually, since now I've known that I can't play one anymore. Oh, and nope, here is combat level. Well, we can play exactly one, and then we gotta call it. You reach an hour, this makes sense anyhow. SB blood everywhere on the floor. I doubt anything nice. Yeah, that's for sure. I doubt there's anyone nice coming down here either. Back off, you dogs! Finally, what have you done to this manor? Oh, I do not know just as lost as you are. Hey, these brutes! What are all you doing here? You all doing here? My, if it isn't Nelly, the vagabond Sard and his gang of uninvited guests. Is he talking about us? Josephine, something's terribly wrong with the manor. Is there anything this? Heights has always been like this. More importantly, how dare you bring these watch to this place? Mistress would have had you the witness this desecration. We are in the dark as much as you ever this place lights flickered. Besides, what is this noise? How are you still unaware the dead rabbit rats and butlers are battling in all corners of this manor? Ripping, tearing, fighting. I wouldn't give them to each other until they all lay dead. Yeah, well, sounds fine to me. We got mercenaries and we got mercenaries, all for rich people. And I don't like any rich people here, so that's fine by me. Fighting? But why? After the lightning struck, after it's flickered, the dead rabbit started. No, that fool must be scheming to take over the manor. What is? You still fail to give Wuthering Heights for the mistress? What do you have these out of control rabbits? I haven't even given orders. Yeah. Is there something to do with this? We'd fight. I don't want to be greedy, but this is a great time to see manor ourselves. We're close as an adopted child of the original owner. Everyone else is already fighting. We could do it. Heathcliff would want it. Josephine knows butlers. Didn't they serve Hindley once? Or serve Wuthering Heights and Heights only? Strictly speaking, Josephine and her butlers are bound with a different contract from mine. I am contracted to a specific person of the family, which is the itself. Well, I guess we're going to work for a family to make yourself some dough, but it's such a complicated contract to work for to bound to the manor. That depends on the terms of contracts. When introduces butlers, it's maybe a set period of time or over specific conditions stipulated in the contract. They may be able to raise their fixed grades and the valuable assets tied to the land itself. But lies the irony. Butlers bound to manor estates often inherit their parents' careers and contracts. Sometimes it can be used for generations upon generations. Till the initial contract will be forgotten. Oh, really? The contract was even about. Still, the contract isn't voided merely because we'll stop remembering. Breaking it may invite the taboo hunters from an unexpected from the Oomphy Association we had the pleasure of meeting earlier. That Joseph is obsessed with following mistress's orders, won't listen to anyone else. You know me well, no, even my will remain long dead, then, wait a second here. How we have no? You're not getting my punishment there to see him take our Wuthering Heights. Thing, we'll just go, okay? Let's pretend we didn't see anything. I'm locked the door now, if you don't deserve to come indoors. You really think a thing like you deserves to sit next to our family to dine alongside us? Stay put in the barn. If I see you wandering the living rooms without my permission, I'll hear Hindley's voice echoing from Heathcliff's memories. Huh. His revenge might not be so difficult after all. We just had to pretend we didn't see anything. We have Josephine or Butler take care of them boys. Even if it was a bit of a fight, there's no telling how long you would hold off against Shaka. Could tell Heathcliff slightly look in my direction. Sure, he's the same thing as I am. Clock face, I won't leave him to die. You won't? I won't. Wait, let me read that for a second. Oh, true. Yeah, we could just die here. Because Kathy wouldn't have wanted me to abandon that spot to die by their hands, not like this. Alright. Interesting. We're going to be because You're probably gonna have to kill one or both of them still, though. Alright, new enemy type. Other. Okay. Girls. It's interesting that, like, this. This fight seems pretty. Alright. That makes sense. Alright, there we go. Oh, that one is. Damage here, but that's fine. We have one finished. Now, the person I'm gonna eat at risk of this. Do this because we try this fight overall. Every hit is always. Now it's pretty stronger still. Interestingly, no here. Still, where we are still. Okay, now this is just a straight up combat stage. Given that it's just regular battle, we might do those. Yeah, I think that'd be. But okay, that's the end of the stream. Let me raid you guys into somebody who I have seen. But let's see. Slash raid. Yeah, I think that'd be. But okay, that's the end of the stream. Let me raid you guys into somebody who I have seen. But let's see. Alright, give them a bunch of love, everybody. I don't know who this is, but I'm sure it'll be fun. See ya!
Alright. Thank you for the raid, alright. Hello! I hope you had a good stream. I really appreciate it.